What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? All right, I got this video for you. I think it'll be interesting because I recently did a video of this Chinese girl, very touting a lot of feminist ideology. So I always like to show off what it's like in China, or at least some videos that are portraying or giving kind of a counter argument to what it's like in China. So let's check it out because I think feminism is a poison all around the world. I really do. I mean, in my opinion, feminism is the downfall of society. Okay, you have marriage rates going down, you have birth rates going down, you have unhappiness in dating, unhappiness in relationships, and in my opinion, it basically came to the forefront, or it's been a big impact the start of feminism. So, but what? Let's check this one out.
女生问问，不行了，我受不了了。我再替女生们问一下你们男生。
Let me ask on behalf of women again. I really can't take it anymore. Let me ask you men this question on behalf of women. A woman who is 35 years old has a house, a car savings, and an annual income of $300,000. And a woman who is 25 years old with a monthly salary of only $3,000 with no house, no car, and no savings. Which one would you choose?
The 25-year-old, because this is a thing where you have to understand what goes along with it. The one that has all this stuff, what does it mean? Doesn't mean that you will benefit from any of that. I've said this before. Women's money, accomplishments, her career, her goals, her whatever, it doesn't benefit you. Now, at best, it's a good talking thing, right? It's a good talking point. Something you could talk about, her career, her accomplishments, something you could talk about. But it doesn't benefit you. Most women still want you to pay for the dinner, still want you to pay for trips, pay for, I don't know, luxuries, pay for rent, pay for mortgage, pay for utilities. Women still want you to be the ones who predominantly pay for shit. So even if she's a millionaire, means nothing because she still wants you to be a millionaire. She still wants you to pay for things. This is the insanity that, it's not like women are, making so much money and then they're giving it to men, or they're paying for dates. They're actually wanting to go 50-50 with you. No. So you might as well go with the younger chick who would, you still have to do the same thing anyway.
现在的相亲市场简直就是打压我们独立女性嘛！我今年虽然快40了。
Isn't today's matchmaking market basically suppressing us independent women? I am almost 40 this year, but I studied abroad and returned home. I earn tens of thousands a month. I have a car, I have a house. Yet when I went to an offline marriage agency, everyone there told me I was worthless. Some men even said words that made me furious things, like, "You're already 38. You're practically dried up. If I marry you, is it just
38. Now, I'm not saying that, it's impossible to have kids at 38. Of course not. You can have kids at whatever age. But it becomes more of a risk. It becomes more of a risk. I've said this before. I will be truthful. Men's, their fertility doesn't increase or get better with age. No, it does decrease. I honestly believe it does decrease with age. I don't think it decreases crazy, right? Not insane, but still, it decreases with age, while women does too. But usually the offshoot, right? I mean, nothing is perfect, nothing is guaranteed. Offshoot is that if a man is, let's say he's 38, dating a woman who's 28, that is at least a bit better, okay? A bit better. Plus, you got to think this timeline, right? A time schedule, because this is a thing where you're 38. You're not going to get with a man tomorrow. So maybe you'll get a man within the year, okay? Now you're maybe 39. You're dating with this man. You probably date him, what, maybe 2 years? So you're dating for 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. Now you're 40, 41, right? Now you're going to get married, right? Maybe that's another year. So now you're about 42, right? You're 42. So what? Now you're having a kid at 42? I mean, like, and I'm being like kind, right? with that timetable. This is the thing a lot of women don't understand. You have waste time, and time is the most precious thing all humans have. You should not be wasting it. You should not be wasting it, particularly if you want a family. If you don't want a family, that's a different matter, okay? Then you could just waste the amount of time you want because there's no actual time clock. There's actually no time clock. If people do not want kids, well, just kids, okay? There's really no time clock. You could have a partner at fucking 80, 90, whatever, okay? It doesn't matter because there's no real urgency to it.
To take care of you in your old age, I was speechless. In men's eyes, is that all there is? Isn't my excellence still excellence? Well, I admit, if we look at it from a social value standpoint, you are indeed excellent. But right now we're talking about finding a partner, not finding a job. In the marriage market, your excellence has no altruistic value, which means it's worthless. You keep talking about your high education, your high income, but now that you have a high income, can you accept a man who earns less than you or earns about the same as showed? Of course not. How could a man who is inferior to me ever be worthy of me? Exactly. So based on your current conditions plus your age, do you think any man would be interested? Everything you have, those men already have. Your so-called excellence is worthless in their eyes. What then? Does your high education guarantee his family will have better genes? Or does your high income give him money to spend? But if I am this excellent, shouldn't I find someone equally excellent as me? Let me tell you the truth.
This is also the problem with a lot of women. A lot of women thinking they're excellent, they're perfect, whatever. For who? Right? A lot of women think that, oh, I'm amazing. For who? Who are you amazing for? What makes you amazing for that other person? Do you know what that other person wants? This is the problem with a lot of women. No, you are amazing for yourself. A lot of women have essentially became the man that they want, but they haven't become the woman that that man wants. That's the problem. This is the disconnect that a lot of women are having. You became the man that you want. Sadly, you didn't become the woman that he wants.
Older single women with conditions like yours come to me with exactly this mindset, thinking they can find someone equally excellent. The problem is men who are equally excellent don't look twice at you. In the marriage market, a woman's greatest value is her age. Your conditions have no altruistic value at all. That's why my advice is that you should appropriately lower your standards. For example, lower your requirement on education, lower your expectations about income. That way, at least the man can provide you with some emotional value like cooking for you or tidying up the house. But I studied so hard, worked so hard for so many years, and you want me to lower myself to be compatible with someone beneath me. Do you think that's possible? If it were you, would you want to do that? No, but unfortunately, that's the reality. If you could really get married easily, you wouldn't still be single at 38 only now coming to me, right? You want this and that everything to be perfect. I sincerely want to help you find a partner, but there is no such perfect situation. Don't you agree? You want to be the queen, but at the same time, you want to find a king to serve you. Who could possibly manage that?
这大龄剩女这么尴尬吗？
Tell me, are older leftover women really this awkward? Brothers, this situation is just too awkward now. If you want to cling to a rich man, well, you're already a bit too old. If you want to find an old man, then you come across as a bit sleazy. If you rely on yourself, you can't really make ends meet. If you want to just lie flat, there's nowhere for you to collapse into. Damn, it's really tough, brothers. Oh my God. But there are still 4 points you probably didn't think of. First, if you want to get back with your ex, he already ran away long ago. Second, if you want to be a mistress, nobody wants you. Third, if you want to trick some honest guy, you're already middle-aged and past your prime. And fourth, if you have no choice but to fall into the dust of the mortal world, no one cares about you anymore. Why is that? Because you've got no curves in the front or the back anymore. Brother, tell me, is this awkward or not? Before we dive into all of this, let us know in the comments where you're watching this video from. Connecting with viewers across the world is a huge source of inspiration for us.
Hello 兄弟们，这一届的男同胞不仅是清醒了，
Hello, brothers. This generation of men is not only clear-headed now, but also knows how to play the game. When it comes to dealing with the so-called double-standard little fairies, they've got it all figured out. They use a whole set of combination punches that leave those feminist fighters fleeing in defeat. Let's take a look at the video together.
那你结婚要不要彩礼？
我结婚女孩子不要彩礼要什么呢？
So, do you want a bride price when you get married? If I get married and as a woman I don't ask for a bride price, then what else should I ask for? Well, then your values are not correct. Asking for a bride price is already having distorted values. For generations upon generations, what woman ever got married without a bride price? I'm asking for $380,800. Do you even come from some noble or scholarly family? You're not from some prestigious lineage, so why are you asking for the bride price reserved for women of those families? You said it yourself from ancient times until now the bride price was paid to marry what? To marry women from prestigious families from great households? And you are not one of them. Where are you going to find such women nowadays? But still, there are plenty of men willing to pay bride prices. Some even demand $334,000 or $340,000 or $388,000. I've met girls in their early 20s who don't dare to ask for $388,000. So, what's your special skill? What makes you worth $388,000? I often talk to post to 000 girls. For them, the bride price is usually just over $100,000. Well, because they are young. But I'm older now, I can't even trick anyone anymore. But those post-2000s, they won't necessarily marry you. If we're already talking about bride price, then it's definitely about marriage. Yes, if you're already discussing the bride price, then of course it means marriage. What if he's just trying to trick you into getting the bride price? Even if he tricks me, it's still not as much as you're trying to trick me. But at my age, if I say I want to get married, then I'm really going to get married. But how do those younger ones get married? Well, they're still young. If they later think it's not worth it, they might just get divorced. But at least they can have children. Who's going to have children with you? I can't have kids anymore. They're already calling me a high-risk pregnant woman. Very easily, I could end up not even making it off the operating table. In the end, the doctor would ask Mr. Lou, do we save the mother or the child? But by then, the $388,000 has already been spent. Whether you can even get pregnant is a big question. People are already worrying about whether you can conceive at all, not whether you'll have a C-section or a natural birth. I'm talking about whether you can give birth, and I'm saying whether you can even conceive. Of course, I can get pregnant women as old as 48, still get pregnant. Yeah, 48-year-olds can still get pregnant. But the quality of those children is very poor. And that's also very much related to the father. Sure, but it also has a lot to do with the mother's body. You might not even survive the operation. And you should know that high-risk mothers often give birth to children with Down syndrome or other congenital intellectual disabilities. But aren't there many older mothers in their 40s who still have children? Yes, but many of those children are born with Down syndrome, and most of those mothers are very old. I'm only in my 30s, so I'm still in between. Then, your demand for $388,000 is unreasonable. Lower the price. I can't lower it. Why not? Because I've stuck to this demand for so many years. How could I lower it now? It's like a gambler who's lost everything. He still wants to bet one last time to make a comeback. But that's impossible. Either he loses everything.
This is the thing where I would never tell a woman to lower her standards. Fine. Whatever standards you have, cool. It don't matter. As long as you don't blame men for your outcome, I don't give a shit. As long as women don't come on here with their, concrete standards and say, where are the good men at? Bitch, are you crazy? Are you asking where the good men at? With that kind of crazy ass standard? So, no, I don't care. I'm not going to be one of those people who say, oh, you need to lower your standards. No. Have whatever standards you want. You want your standards to be high to the heavens? Cool. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Most men should not give a shit. Okay? What you do is like, as long as you are okay that if your standard is what it is, and you are left single at whatever age, you don't blame men for it. Fine. That's my point. I'm not here to, bash women like, oh my God, you need to have lower standards. No. Have the high standards you want. But want that rare ass man? Fine. Want that perfect ass man? Cool. Just don't blame men for your standards. Don't blame men for the life you are living. Okay? That's the only thing where I go about. Because a lot of these women, I'm seeing this more and more. A lot of these women are saying, oh, these men don't want to commit. These men don't want. No. You wanted. Okay? You wanted the type of men you want. Sadly, maybe the type of men you want won't commit to you. So you don't blame men for, oh, these men don't commit. No. You shouldn't have want those type of men. You shouldn't have want those type of men then. That's my only thing.
Or he wins it all in one shot. That's what going all in means. For so many years she's been demanding this much, how could she suddenly lower the price now? So if you keep waiting until you're 40, how much will you ask for then? I probably won't make it to 40. By your logic, what if you wait until your mother is 80, wait until the funeral day, and then demand it then? At that point, you'd probably ask for $100 million, right? That's basically robbing the coffin money. You really don't know how to talk. Well, you're the one who said the older you get, the more valuable you become. Look, there are women who are already 38, asking for 880,000. Did they succeed? Compared to them at least, I haven't lost my water and electricity supply yet. Doesn't that make me more valuable? If you know you're younger, that you're still not completely past your prime, then think about it. Someone even younger than you will always be more valuable than you. So why do you think that when you're older, you're worth more, but when someone else is older, they're worth less than you? Everything is just what you say. It's all your own logic. I'm just saying I'm not 40 yet. When I reach 40 and still can't get married, then I'll lower my price a little. Right now,
No, don't lower your price. Just keep it on. Keep it on, because this is also something that a lot of women don't realize. You might as well stick to your gun. You might as well just stick to your gun until you're gone. Because do you think it's better that now that your value gets less with age, and you will just lower your value a little bit? No. Unless you are willing to like completely destroy your standards, right? I mean, destroy your standards instead of just lowering your standards a little bit. You ain't getting nowhere. So you might as well just stick to your guns. That's it.
I'm still in my golden age. You really think 35 isn't old? I honestly think it's still fine not too old. I'm telling you, when you reach 40, you'll still think the same way.
你怎么不吃啊？
哦，没事，你觉得怎么样？好吃吗？
好吃啊！我帮你把菜打开了。
啊，不用打开，好吃你就吃就行了。你
Why aren't you eating? I'm fine. You, how do you think it tastes? Is it good? Yes, it's good. I'll help you open the chopsticks. No need to open them. If it's good, you just eat. Hey, look, we've been walking outside all day today, right? We're tired, and then in the evening you said we should eat. We forgot we were tired and came in for a meal. Yes, but did you forget the real reason we're here today? We came for a blind date, didn't we? Why are you only thinking about eating, drinking, and having fun without mentioning the blind date at all? And I'll just say it, don't take offense. I'm not targeting you. It's just that before online, I often saw people talking about girls, to put it nicely. They called them professional eaters. Girls who pretend to be single go on blind dates with guys, but only to eat for free to cheat single guys out of meals and gifts. So I'm not making things up. I'm just telling the truth. I'm worried. That's why I didn't start eating or ordering. Look, all these dishes were ordered by you. If by chance you were really one of those types, then I'd just run away without paying the bill. So yeah, that's why. All right. So what do you mean? Do you think I'm one of those people? No, I'm being cautious. If you were that kind of person, luckily all the dishes were ordered by you, not me. I didn't even touch the cabbage. If it turned out like that, I'd just leave without paying and never see you again. But if you're not, then later I'll order some food and we'll eat together. I hope you don't get upset. You're really splitting things so clearly, huh? I have to. And this meal, look at what you ordered, plus drinks, maybe even alcohol. This must be several hundred yuan. If you don't like me, then my money is wasted. But if you do like me, then fine, we'll happily eat together. So now I need you to give me an honest answer after spending the day with me. What do you think of me as a person? I think you're okay. Let's just eat first then. But let's talk openly. What kind of okay is it? Do you mean we can move forward or not? Can you be my girlfriend or not? Just say yes or no directly. We've only known each other for one day.
I won't disagree that men are suffering from trauma. I don't disagree, particularly dating trauma. I've been there. Most men have. So, and I think it's funny that it's okay for we to be more sympathetic to women's trauma, but we don't recognize men's. Men have had many traumatic experiences. Men have been used. Men have been neglected. Men have been treated like shit. Okay? So you cannot condemn or be surprised that men do coffee dates, walking dates, because men are scared. And it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared. Because here's the thing where you don't realize, and I'm surprised women don't, but when it comes to men, women are not sympathetic. But you don't realize how much it hurts to be used. You know, it is such a painful thing. And I'm just, watching things like this where here's a man that he doesn't want to eat. He doesn't want to eat because he's afraid that, okay, if he does something, if he orders food, now he's part of this whole bill. And then she'll leave him, and now he has to pay this whole bill. It is trauma. It is trauma, and I get it. So, it's sad.
We should spend more time together so I can understand you better before making a decision. Isn't that more reasonable? So basically, you want me to keep spending days with you, taking you shopping, treating you to meals until you slowly understand me, right? But what if after all that time you still don't like me? Then I'll have wasted days of my life and maybe even my whole month's salary. Wouldn't that make me the biggest fool? Well, it depends on how you behave, right? So if I don't behave perfectly, you won't like me. If one day you want food and I don't buy it for you, then I've failed, and that means you won't choose me. Then all the money and time I already spent on you will just be wasted. If we genuinely build a good relationship, why wouldn't it work out? Don't overthink. Let's eat first. You keep saying, let's eat, let's eat. But with you like this, I don't even dare to eat. What if you don't like me and still expect me to pay? Then I'd really be the loser. But if I don't eat, and it turns out you don't like me, then I won't need to pay at all, right? You really are too calculating. But think about it. If we did become a couple, if you became my girlfriend, then it wouldn't matter. Everything would be on me. You'd live a happy life. The fact that I calculate everything so carefully, yes, you could call it selfish. But selfish people always protect themselves. And once you marry me, once you become my wife, then you are part of me. So if I protect myself, of course, I must protect you too. That means you'll actually be happier. So it's not a loss for you. Just tell me straight, do you like me or not? If you do, let's eat. If you don't, then there's no point. I'll just treat today as my bad luck. As of now, I think I'd like to spend more days together to get to know you better. Honestly, your behavior today doesn't seem very appropriate. So, in other words, you don't think much of me. Most likely you're not interested, right? This is the first time I've met someone like you on a blind date. Luckily, I'm smart enough. You heard what I said earlier. So basically, there's no chance then. No, there isn't. And let me just say this. I didn't eat a single bite. I didn't even open my chopsticks. Everything here you ordered and you ate. So fine, you pay for it yourself. I'm leaving. Bye. If you're still watching, comment 1 so I know you're still with me.
That, I mean, it's not the best way to go about dating, right? I agree with that. I mean, but it is understandable. It's sympathetic. Because again, he's been hurt a lot. Why do you think men push for coffee dates, push for walking dates? I find women, honestly, purposely idiotic. It is to not waste each other's time. I've said this before. I think women go on dates with men they don't even like at all. They don't even like at all. One, women go on dates to, one, they're bored. It's an experience. It's to do something different. Two, you'll probably get a free meal out of it. Three, you're giving a man a chance to change your mind. Great. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance. Which, in all reality, this chance is an uphill battle. The likelihood of you changing her mind isn't that high. She wasn't into you anyway. She maybe thought you were okay looking. She may thought you were okay, but that doesn't mean nothing. So many women want as close to perfect as possible. So it's a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of money to try to change a woman's mind. Really. This is why I say coffee dates, talking stage is so important. If she's already attracted to you, at least who you are inside, right? Like your personality, your hobbies, how you talk, how you, who you are inside. Okay. If she's attracted to you who are inside, that at least gives you a better leeway to, you know what? Then we'll definitely see the date. Because if she's already liking who you are inside, now you just a little bit extra, like, okay, she actually likes you how you look. Boom. She likes you how you look. She likes your personality. All great. But usually women don't like nothing about you. I mean, I'm not saying they hate you, but they could care less.
All right, thank you, brother. I'm leaving now. Bye-bye. Hey, wait. What do you mean leaving? Where are you going? I'm going home. Going home. Today, we went on a blind date. I bought so many things for you, and now you're just going home. Well, after a blind date, of course, I go home. What am I supposed to go to your house? What are you thinking? I'm not that casual. This bag cost me more than $8,000, and that necklace I bought you, wasn't that over $6,000? Yes, I really like this necklace. Thank you, brother. That's a total of more than $14,000. What about you? Are you going to say anything? Do you like me or not? You're just running away without saying a word. I think you're all right. So I'll go home and think about it. That's it. No. What do you mean go home and think? Think about what I need a clear answer. I just mean I'll think it over. I can't decide right after meeting once just because you bought me things that I should be with you. You mean you can take the gifts and not give me an answer? No, when you bought me those things this morning, I was happy, of course. But you asked me if I agreed. Yes, I said yes at the time. Now, after buying all this, you expect me to just marry you. And when I hesitate, you get upset. I asked you in the car, didn't I? And you said yes. What do you mean by this now? What I meant was, yes, today you bought me things, but that doesn't mean I've decided on marriage. I need to think about my future, about love, not just gifts. My point is, I spent so much money today. Tonight you and I aren't you supposed to? What do you mean? You don't understand what I mean. Come home with me, meet my parents, have dinner together. Oh, that's what you mean. Why didn't you just say so? But not today, I have things to do. Another day? No, another day won't work. I already called my mom. They cooked dinner. You need to come today. I can't today. Another time. Then give me the bag back. Why, it's mine now. No, return it to me. Hey, don't run. Give it back. You already accepted it. You gave it to me. Why should I return it?
This is probably fake, right? But again, it just shows you, although this scenario is fake, the idea, the scenario, itself, the scenario like this is not. It happens. Men think, oh, let me spoil a woman. Let me wine and dine her. That means I will get her. No, I've said this before. You paying for a date, you giving her presents, giving her gifts does not guarantee her body. Doesn't even guarantee a kiss. Doesn't even guarantee a hug. So what's the point of doing that? This is why I said, at best, go on a date for her to get to know you. That is it. Make it as fair. Go for a coffee date. If she likes you or your personality, go for an actual date, an inexpensive date, a low commitment date, and see that she actually likes more of you. That is it. That is the purpose of dating. I do not do this. I do not wine and dine women. I do not buy them gifts. I do not, at least not just dating, right? If she's your girlfriend, great. But when you're dating, do not go overboard. It doesn't guarantee you nothing. Going overboard does not give you an edge. It doesn't. If she wasn't interested in you, she only sees you as a mark. That's it.
You're really going to walk away like this. Just say it straight. You don't like me, right? Right. I don't like you. So I'm leaving. Oh, finally, you admit it. Then why did you accept the bag and the necklace? At first, I thought you were decent. You seemed generous. I thought you were all right. But in the end, I realized I need love, not just gifts. I thought you were a cute uncle responsible. But when I thought about it more, I realized I can't just accept gifts and give myself away. Fine.
Then don't accept gifts at all.
Fine, I can understand. But then give me the bag back. The necklace you can keep. The bag I'll return for a refund. Don't touch me. The bag is mine, okay? No, give it back. The necklace I bought for you, keep it. But the bag I need to return. Come on. You're really showing your true face now, aren't you? Pretending to be generous, but it was all an act. No, it's not like that.
You were acting too. You weren't interested in to begin with.
The necklace is worth a few dozen, keep it. The bag, though, let me return it and get my 8,000 back. No way, impossible. So what, you do this often? Cheat men like this? Cheat? What do you mean cheat? I'm a proper unmarried woman. Why would I need to cheat? Then, give me the bag back so I can refund it. The necklace is a gift. No, I won't return anything. You gave them to me. This is insane. I'll drag you back if I have to. What, drag me back? Are you serious? My God, how did I meet someone like you? What a nightmare.
兄弟们，视频都看完了吧？
Brothers, did you finish watching the video? To actually turn a blind date into a scam and still act so justified, only today's so-called little fairy girls can pull this off. On a blind date, she drags the guy around all day, shopping, eating, and having fun, everything paid for by him. The guy carefully asks her, "So, what do you think of me? Can we be together?" She stammers and says, "You're okay, but we need to spend a few more days together." Brothers, listen carefully. What does "you're okay" even mean? What does a few more days mean? Translated, it means, let me freeload a few more meals, stroll around the mall a few more times, drain your wallet dry, and then I'll decide. But the guy wasn't stupid, he saw it coming. He directly asked her, "Could it be you're one of those professional dinner freeloaders?" And she got upset, saying, "Why are you being so serious?" Serious? A blind date that costs a man 1,000 yuan in just one day on food and shopping you? Think he shouldn't take it seriously. Thankfully, the man was smart. He didn't even pick up his chopsticks. He simply said, "You ordered the dishes. You pay the bill. I'm leaving." Beautifully done. That girl must have been dumbfounded on the spot. She planned to freeload a meal, but ended up paying for herself instead. In the end, it's obvious she was just a gold digger. Look at another case. A girl sees the man drive a Mercedes to a blind date and treats him like a fat pig for slaughter. On the very first meeting, she made him spend tens of thousands on gifts, then acted like nothing happened and said she was going home. But clearly the guy was an old hand. If a man is willing to spend that much money on you and you just play dumb, don't be surprised at what comes next. No wonder a blogger once said, even the bottom line of prostitutes is higher than that of these gold diggers. Now, I think that makes a lot of sense. One freeloads food and drinks, another takes the gifts and runs. The routines are the same first. They give you a little sweetness, act gentle and considerate, but once you've spent money, they immediately flip and don't recognize you anymore. These cases are too typical. Nowadays, so many fairy girls think that by just acting cute and spoiled, they can make men willingly open their wallets. But brothers' marriage is about living life together, not raising an ancestor. If you encounter a bride price girl, a dinner freeloader, or a shopping queen, my advice is simple. Run as fast as you can. All right, that's the end of today's entertainment. After seeing these cases,
That's why I said this. No one realized that men have been through trauma. Men have been through trauma. So no one sympathized with it. Men don't act out just because they want to act out. You know, just like women. I mean, women go through it too. So no dumb men go through it as well. So yeah. What do you guys think?